We've been studying water and sanitation, but another basic need is food. If we want to end poverty, we need to make sure everyone has enough to eat. This means that people who are making their living through agriculture, the farmers, grow enough to feed their families, and people in urban areas or cities have enough money or income to buy food. In most of your countries, the majority of people make their living through agriculture. They are farmers. You'll hear them called smallholder farmers because they farm small family-sized plots of land. The most basic question is, can farmers raise enough food simply to subsist or keep on living? In the article we read about global warming damaging world agriculture, we learned that farmers around the world are having trouble just growing the minimum because global warming is causing heat, droughts, floods, and insects that are damaging crops. The poorest farmers suffer the most because when their crops fail, they have no safety net. They were only just scraping by, and now no crop. They have nothing to eat, no crop insurance that would pay them money to buy food. They move to their city where there are no jobs and move back even poorer to start all over again the next year. In the articles you'll read when you do research, you'll probably see some solutions that fall under the category of climate-smart agriculture. The goal here is to make farms less vulnerable to climate change and more productive. They might also have a benefit of being better for the environment. There are a whole variety of new tools, including better seed varieties, remember the scuba rice that can live in a flood, or better choice of crops for soil or climate. Maybe you should grow sorghum instead of rice. It also might be bringing new technology to look at your soil type, or new technology to power an irrigation system to bring water from a nearby river into your field. Or it might be education about good farming techniques. You might see some references to agroforestry. This is the idea of intermixing trees with crops to counteract climate change. The trees make the fields cooler and help retain moisture. To eradicate poverty, we need to not only just have farmers subsist, but to actually increase their incomes. One of the goals of climate-smart agriculture, those new seeds and technologies, is to increase the farmer's harvest or yield. We want them to produce more food from the same size plot of land. Remember in the article about global warming damaging world agriculture, we read that the new rice varieties could increase the farmer's harvest by 2 to 3 times. The thing is, if the farmer was existing on the old harvest, then the extra harvest is a bonus, a surplus. She can sell that for money, and then she can use that money for other needs, like housing or education. Or she can invest that extra money in a new business. Having a second source of income really starts to make the cash flow. For example, she might keep bees and sell the honey, or animals for their eggs and milk. She might make handcrafted products to sell at market, or you can add value to products that you have to sell them at market. For example, if you're already growing barley, you can turn some of that barley into beer and sell the beer. There's a saying that it takes money to make money. Businesses require investments of cash just to get started. You need money to buy beehives and to go to a training course. Microfinance and microcredit are terms for very small loans that are made to individuals. You get a loan and you pay it back with the money you make from selling the honey, or whatever. Once the loan is repaid, all the money you make is profit. Something else you need to make businesses work is markets, which are places to sell those products. So you may also see some efforts made to establish better markets for products for farmers so that they can increase their income. What about people in cities? The focus of your research is going to be on agriculture, but you may find that your country is experiencing rapid urbanization meaning the cities are growing very fast, and in some of them are becoming industrialized. The cities are having factories and industries that employ people and pay them wages, and that's how they buy their food. So you may see some research about efforts to create jobs in cities. For example, the article about sanitation stations in Kenya in the Nairobi slums talked about employing people to build those and then to be attendants at them. They were basically businesses they started. You may see efforts about education, especially increasing girls' education to help people get better jobs. You may see some research about providing infrastructure to make a more industrialized economy, building roads and energy grids, bringing power to cities, and also communication systems to make business, to increase businesses and make the economy more robust and successful. So those are some basic terms you may see in your research. Go learn what your country's problems are and what the solutions are that people are working on today. Good luck.